everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the greenskins versus the dwarves. The dwarves deployed on the edge of their deployment in a nice little box with a bunch of cannons and stuff. For my army here, we have 4 Gobos, 2 on each side. We have 4 Black Orcs in the middle, being led by Grimgor Ironhide, and then 2 Goblin Archers and the Rusty Arrows. 2 Chariots, as well as a Orc Shaman on the boar. Pretty simple army, just rush down, do some damage. For the dwarves, we have 3 cannons and an organ gun. Then we have multiple rows of miners here, then 3 rangers, and 4 gyrocopters with brimstone guns, being led by a rune lord and a master engineer. I saw where they deployed, I saw their army, and I just immediately sighed. So it's going to take me, like, most of this time is me marching to their army. So let's just fast forward right now. And you can see that the enemy is going to focus on my goblin, which was an odd choice. I think they should probably focus on my Black Orcs, if at all possible. The gyrocopters get close for a brief amount of time, so I let loose with my Goblin Archers. They get close again. We're going to start firing at them again. And here we go. So was that 2 minutes of running? So we finally get up here. The organ gun is firing at my Black Orcs, which is fine. I wanted to try and shut off or get through the miners and kill these organ guns, but well. That is 4 brimstone guns, gyrocopters, so they're going to start focusing me down. That's when I revealed that there are 3 rangers here, because I did not know they were here until this point, obviously, because they're stalking. But I still want to try and run through there, do as much damage as we can, because we're going to be just shut down by all of these brimstone guns. So I'm just trying to get into the rangers. I'm trying to get my gobos behind here and around over here. And then we're going to have our Black Orcs just run through the middle. We're going to have our Orc Shaman come up here as well, and Grimgor's going to go up the middle as well. So we managed to get some damage on these miners with this Orc Boar Chariot, but it's going to rout. These guys will come back. These guys are going to be destroyed by the brimstone guns because there's just so many of them. These rangers are going to start running away from the chariot, so we're going to get them with our gobos here. We're going to pin down some of these miners here, and then we're going to try and get more gobos around to the side and get behind to where these rangers are. Grimgor and the Black Orcs going up the middle, trying to shut down these cannons. More Black Orcs coming. We're going to do the wall from Grimgor. We also have a here we go with the goblins because I want them to kill these rangers as quickly as possible. Going to run the Orc Shaman into these miners and back up these Black Orcs here. Meanwhile, our Goblin Squad is just going to be firing into their organ gun to try and shut it down because I have no units super close. We could try and get the Black Orcs there, but I really want to shut it down really quickly because this thing's going to do so much damage to our Black Orcs. So I'm more concerned about these than I am with these. Although, I mean, 4 gyrocopters is still very annoying, but I see them coming over this way, so I'm going to start moving my goblins, trying to at least separate them so they can't get them all with one set of bombs. Because obviously they're coming over here to try and bomb. There we go. There goes some bombs. I did an attack on the Orc Boar Chariot, but I forgot to, I think, double-click or something, so it's just going to walk or silently roll up there. Meanwhile, back here, we did get some gobbles into the rangers who are trying to run away from now the encroaching Black Orcs. And now we're just putting all of our Goblin Archer fire into this nice little clump of soldiers. And chasing these rangers down with the Orc Shaman. These Black Orcs are just shooting through the miners. These Black Orcs shooting through these miners because they're just miners against Black Orcs. I'm going to let Grimgor just take out the Rune Lord here because he's Grimgor. And if the Rune Lord wants to fight him 1v1, then I'm cool with that. And I'm just ignoring the gyrocopters, because if we can smash the ground force really quickly, which we can, our force is made for that, then they should just break with morale, is what I'm thinking right now. I could devote our archers to trying to take these down one at a time, but I'm like, I would just much rather have them focusing like a miner down here, miner down there, doing what I can. So finally, this Orc Boar Chariot did get back into action, but I think it got shot at a little bit more with the brimstone guns and is now down to 1 instead of 3. Over here, we're going to chase off this Master Engineer with our Orc Shaman, and then the Orc Shaman is going to fight these Rangers as well. I did also bring the Orc Shaman special weapon, which increases their armor-piercing damage and melee attack. It's neat when you combine that with the War Boar. Gives them some decent attack power, especially for a caster. So I brought it. It's pretty expensive, but they're worth it. Orc Shamans are worth it. Meanwhile, these goblins are going to try and chase off these rangers from the side of the map because, well, they don't have far to go because they deployed near the side of the map. So we don't got to chase them too far. So there we go. Master Engineer is gone. Then again, we're going to plow into these rangers over here. Grimgor is now routed off the Rune Lord, who I'm trying to snipe with our Goblin Archers. And now we're going to support the rest of our Black Orcs. The Goblins over here breaking these miners with his wah and stand your ground. And you can see we have all the miners in a rout because, of course we do. They're miners, and we're a bunch of Black Orcs. Rune Lord being very, very tanky here and refuses to die to my Rusty Arrows and Goblin Archers, even though there's so many arrows pouring down into him. The gyrocopters, in the meantime, are going to actually manage to snipe Grimgor Ironhide with all their brimstone guns. He did his best. He made a Rune Lord rout. He made some other people rout. He did what he could. Now the Orc Shaman's going to rout off these rangers, and then they're going to start coming back this way to support the rest of our forces because they're about to be leaderless. And there he goes. Grimgor is going to fall. I'm so concerned with just breaking the rest of their army, because if we can do that, I think we can shatter these gyrocopters and won't have to worry about them at all. Well, we won't have to actively shoot at them. Now, they have done some damage, though. No doubt, they have shut down 2 chariots, they killed Grimgor, they bombed some of these units, so they've done a lot of work since I was ignoring them. You see the Rune Lord coming back over here, but I think he's going to reroute again here very soon. So now I'm going to start hitting the gyrocopters because there's really not much left to do. We're just chasing miners off in the distance. So I'm like, well, let's just start focusing them down. And when we start doing that, that is when their morale is going to start breaking and the dwarf army is going to shatter. And there goes another dwarf army with a bunch of artillery down. Maybe it would have been better or a different battle if they had decided to use a lot of their cannons on taking out my Black Orcs instead of my Goblos. The way, you may not have noticed it because I kind of sped through it really quickly, but I deployed my army in a way where I was hoping that the cannons and anything else they had would auto-fire at the Goblins, because the Goblins were kind of moved up ahead of the Black Orcs for that specific reason, so I could hopefully get at least one salvo of cannon fire on the Goblos instead of the Black Orcs. But it turns out I didn't really even need to do that, because they just willingly fired at my Gobos for a very long time, a time that could have been used to weaken the Black Orcs, which is the thing that they should have worried about, because the Black Orcs are what really shattered them here. Though the Gobos got a ton of kills too, because I managed to micro them into the very squishy, well, squishy as dwarves go, squishy rangers. So I'm really glad that I brought the Gobbo army here, and then when they were buffed up with the Here We Go, they just chewed through those rangers, made them rout pretty quickly. And I just ignored the gyrocopters and smashed into the line. Yeah, they got a lot of damage done with their artillery, no doubt. But they had no force to actually beat mine when we got there. And that's the problem when you devote so much into these specialized units and nothing really in the way of frontline. Especially in this battle, because they didn't even put any miners in front of the cannons. They were just like, screw that. We're just going to let the Black Orcs walk right in there. And I was like, well, okay. I mean, I'll walk in there, I guess. And I'll kill these cannons. But they did do a lot of damage. You can see 60 kills, 42, 47. Some of those are Gobos, but some of those also on the Black Orcs. And the Organ Gun, I think, for the most part, was always firing on the Black Orcs, so they did a lot of good damage. And again, the Brimstone Gun, Gyrocopters did a lot of good damage too. But they should not have ran their Rune Lord. I think they both ran the Master Engineer and the Rune Lord both against Grimgor, which is the exact opposite of what you want to do. You can run away from Grimgor because he's not on a mount, but they ran to him. That is what Grimgor players want you to do, because it's Grimgor, and he's like, if you take the fight from Grimgor and you're not on a griffin knocking him around like he's a volleyball, if you are also on 2 legs fighting Grimgor, you're going to be in a rough time, man, because he's going to wall up and he's just going to get hit after hit after hit, and he's a powerful orc. He's kind of crappy because he's only on his 2 feet and you can ignore him for the most part if you really want to, but in this case they sent both their lord and their hero after him, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'm just going to chop your heads off. And he did, because he's Grimgor, and I can't believe they fought him. They willingly walked to Grimgor. It's like, what are you doing? That's the exact opposite of what these 2 characters should be doing. Like, maybe you could throw Grombrindle against them. Sure, you can watch those 2 duke it out, and they're both masters. But not these 2. These 2 don't stand a chance against Grimgor. Anyway, it's always fun smashing dwarves who rely a lot on cannons. Nothing against this player. I mean, I don't know. I just tire of dwarves with a bunch of artillery armies. They're not fun to destroy anymore. But good game to Woof Wow ASG. Hope you enjoyed, and let's watch a cinematic view. To watch some Gobos get shot here. So at the beginning of the video, I said I sided when I saw their army, and you can probably guess why, because it's just like, and it's not because I was like, oh my god, and I'm going to have to walk across this huge gap to get to them, which is kind of annoying, but I expect that since it's but just like, I know the outcome of this battle already, because like, this army can't stop my army. They have so many specialized units, so much money poured into these Brimstone guns, which could be good, I guess, but it's just like, it's not a fun fight. I don't know. I want to like dwarves, and I do like dwarves when I play them. But like, these types of armies are just, they're just not fun. But why would you target the Gobos, man? Target the Black Orcs. Like, what are you doing? There we go. That's when they switch sides. I wonder if they didn't want to shoot the Black Orcs because they were behind these trees, technically. I would still shoot the Black Orcs. Let a couple cannonballs hit a tree. It's better than shooting up gobblers. It's like, oh shit. Oh no. Our poor goblins, what are we gonna do? They cost me 300 gold. Now here I did get a little impatient. I really wanted to shut down all those cannons, so I should have waited. I should have been patient, waited with the chariots. They weren't even being targeted. But I did get impatient there. And they die for it.
Let's fight.
Also, like, our impact here sucks. Like, I was expecting a much deeper penetration on the... I was expecting to go through the units on this charge, but they actually kind of got stopped by the miners, which I was surprised. Because I was like, this is a clear way. We go through the miners and just go right through all these ranges. But no, we actually got bogged down here. Look at this! They willingly, both of them, run into Grimgore. What are you doing? You silly dwarves! Neither of you are Grombrindle. And two of you still don't make a Grombrindle. Especially when he has Black Orc support, like, right there. Holy shit, that thing actually blew up through the arrows. Huh.
Battle! Moving fast!
Meanwhile, Grimgore is over here abusing dwarves.
Attack! Let's go! Let's fight! This bad boys! Kill them good!
Those miners had no chance. Shaman, you are in a tree. Another here we go. I think Grimgore's dead. Yep. I mean, actually, he's probably just taking a nap. That's probably what he's really doing. There we are. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed some grim gore action against the dwarves, and I will see you all next time. Take care.